Wait a minute. What could you say?
Friends.
Without.
Benefits.
I'm a girl.
I'm the dude, man.
I'm 100% that big.
Hello.
And welcome to episode number 28 of Friends Without Benefits.
Nice.
Trevor's golden episode.
That's right. I'm 28 years old for another month and a half. So that's
It
cool.
really is special because this is never going to happen again.
That's right. Yeah, we're now done. Well, no. Oh, no. It won't.
Because we'll cruise through them
I was going to say.
by the time we hit any other age.
Damn, yeah. It's a special moment. And
I wish we would have realized this last episode when it was my golden birthday.
we did.
No, we realized it was my golden birthday, but we didn't realize how special it was because it'll never happen again.
Yeah. Well, we mentioned it.
We did mention it, which
we
is
at
just
least
like
mentioned
my
it.
life.
We kind of breezed by it, but yeah, 28's fine. You know, I don't.
Okay, hype it up a little more because
I mean,
I'm about to be 28.
It's not bad. It's not really any different than 27. When I hit 29, I'll probably be like, because 27, you're like, this is fine as well.
29 is like bucket list.
29, I'll be like, you know, I'm about to start experiencing physical pain much more often just because joints and things, you know.
I doubt it's like that bad.
Oh, I've already noticed it. There's like little things where you're like, man, why is my knee kind of hurt a little bit? And then, and then you're like, oh, I'm fine. But I feel like when I was like 22, unless you like actually injured yourself.
With a bus.
Yeah. If you got hit with a bus, like 2 days later, you'd be like, yeah, that kind of hurt for a little bit. Yeah, but I'm fine now.
I do find that crazy though, because like 27 is not that old. It's not old. Like I feel like I shouldn't be my knee hurt when I like walk weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird things. Like I still feel good. You know, I'm not geriatric at this point, but there could be, I've noticed a slight decline. We'll say that. Although I did dunk a flat basketball this weekend. So
wow, that sounds impressive.
Just saying, that did happen.
Cool.
I was gonna say that I was gonna be like, yeah, I dunked a basketball, and then people like.
Is it more impressive if it's flat?
Well, no, it's far less impressive.
Yeah, because like I couldn't do that because I couldn't reach.
I would have said I can dunk a basketball, and then people were like, no way, was it on a regular rim or whatever? And I'd be like, yeah.
Oh, is that hard?
It's not easy. I mean,
But you're tall.
Okay.
I feel like you were just like, whoop.
I mean, I should probably be able to, but I don't know. Steph Curry can barely
maybe when
dunk,
you were
and he's my
22, you could have dunked the basketball.
I dunked a soccer ball. It's basically you need to be able to palm something. And
also, it's tricky to palm a basketball. I can't do it.
I can also only get it, like if I could jump crazy high, like if I had super high bounce, I could dunk whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can,
white man can't jump.
Exactly. When you can barely get up above the rim, you kind of have to sneak it in there. You just barely kind of drop it in, and then you touch the rim, so it looks like a dunk. It's technically a dunk, but it's a Steph Curry dunk where you might get stuffed by the rim if you try and do it in a game.
You might get stuffed by the rim.
Yes, that's where. So
the rim
getting stuffed. Yeah, getting stuffed is getting blocked. So the rim.
But you can see how that's not what it sounds like.
What does it sound like? Because I honestly don't know.
If someone's like, she got stuffed
by the rim.
No, just stuffed.
Okay, well, if I was like, I got stuffed.
Well, honestly, she got stuffed by the rim. Because like that doesn't sound good either. Rim jobs, stuffing.
My mind did not go there in the slightest, but if even like stuff that
he got stuffed by the rim.
If somebody was like, yeah, she got stuffed, I'd be like, she ate a lot? That would probably be my, but then it's like.
Well, it depends on how you say it,
right.
too. Muffy got stuffed.
Muff.
Her muff got stuffed.
Who's muff?
Muff is the term for a vagina.
Oh.
Her
Jesus
muffin.
Christ. I definitely knew that. Is that where that comes from?
I don't spend a lot of time on Urban Dictionary. I'm pretty sure I've heard this in a movie.
Muffin? I've heard muff. Muff definitely is.
Muffin,
I heard it in South Park for the first time.
There's a lot of words. I mean,
muffin.
I don't feel.
I didn't know it was from muffin.
I don't feel. Oh, yeah. Mean Girls is like, would you like us to assign someone to butter your muffin? Okay, he doesn't even talk like that.
In my mind, he does, though.
Jason, you never called me. Oh yeah, and a reminder, I have
skis back.
I have you an option for the next girl.
Okay.
picking movie. Anyways, Steph Curry his muff got stuffed, and Trevor's golden birthday.
This has changed so dramatically from the original.
What I was gonna say is when you turn 29 in astrological world, it usually happens. That means it's your Saturn return, which just means like shit's gonna go crazy, which means like you could make really big decisions in your life, and it just like is a big coming of age. So when it's your birthday, I will pull that together and give you that information.
Will I go on Joe Rogan or will I go on Howard Stern? Well, it's my 29th Saturn return birthday.
Fuck that bitch. I'm 29.
Here's the thing.
29?
Once I get in, then I'll be able to be like, yeah, I have a podcast. Obviously, it would make sense for the co-host to come. So.
Yeah, totally.
We'll get there. Yeah.
That's great. What's up?
Not too much. I told you I dunked a flat basketball, which was cool.
You did?
I was like, Jesus Christ.
I'm not you.
Yeah, that's a real thought I would have. I saw some stuff on the interwebs this week.
I think maybe saying the interwebs doesn't help with the age thing.
Right. Well, that's good. I'm not trying to sound young. I'm trying to sound my
old.
Age. Acting my own age.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
But I was going to say I watched the David Blaine Experience last week.
Okay.
Did you hear anything about this?
No.
Okay, so
I do know he's into the magic.
He's into the magic, but he's like
much like a Chris Angel.
But Chris Angel's all show. I'm
happy you brought this up because I do need to talk about magic.
I'm a Chris Angel hater.
Okay.
And
it is a very beautiful name.
Yeah, but it's Criss.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's like, come on, man. Figure it out. I don't know what's going on. But David Blaine probably wouldn't like that. He'd probably be like, support all magicians. But my mind, I'm on team David Blaine.
Well, you don't have to agree with all of your heroes' thoughts.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Which is why I'm a Chris Angel hater. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I was just saying, David Blaine is he just does basically performance art on his own body, where
beautiful.
he shoves he stuffs ice picks into his arm and stuff. Did you ever watch the Netflix special with him?
No.
You would probably really like it. It's
Thank you.
He basically goes to a bunch of celebrities' houses and does all these tricks with them. It's very intimate because you see, I don't know, he does it with the Smith family, Willow, Jaden, Will, Jada Pinkett.
One of the most popular Smiths.
One of the most popular Smiths. I was trying to think of another Smith.
There's got to be a lot.
The most common name, right?
Yeah.
But he shoves ice picks through his arm, and it's not show ice picks. It's a real fucking ice pick. I
don't even know what
swallows,
a show ice pick is.
It's
no, I get it.
Yeah, ones that you could it's it's not actually
right. Like a knife in a movie.
Yeah,
the knife goes into the knife handle. The blade goes into the handle of the knife.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Prop. It's not a prop. But to get to what I watched, he was I'm going to hold on to a bunch of helium balloons and then fly up to 25,000 feet hanging onto these balloons and then skydive down to the ground to safety.
Okay.
And there's an insane amount of complications that come along with that. First off, he was I don't want to be wearing a parachute because I want the aesthetics of it to look really cool, where it just looks like I'm hanging onto this thing of balloons.
Yeah. Up style.
So he's not wearing a parachute to start. So if at 1,000 feet, probably even 100 feet.
Yeah.
Definitely at 100 feet. If he falls, he's going to die.
Yeah. Worth it.
If the wind conditions get really bad and he falls, or it sends him over a bunch of power lines, so many things that could happen to kill him. All the balloons pop simultaneously. A bunch of birds start pecking all the balloons, and then quickly,
classic
he's
air cafoose.
Yeah, who was the guy? Sully Sullenberger. That happens to him with the birds. He's fucked.
The old man from Up.
I actually don't remember the birds in that one, but I'll take your word for it.
But balloons pop for sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
But anyway, it had the craziest visuals. This dude also just oxygen getting up that high.
Yes.
And it was super nerve wracking. I watched it live. on YouTube, and it was just like the craziest. My hands were sweating. It was pretty electric. He was just like, he was just like, when he got the parachute on, I was like, okay, I breathed a sigh of relief. But then he has to parachute and not hit power lines or like something that could fucking kill him.
Yeah.
He has to not like black out while he's skydiving because he's doing a jump from 25,000 feet, which is like commercial airspace. He did it. He's alive. Spoiler. But it was awesome.
You're supposed to say that before?
Yeah, too late.
Wow.
You got the info afterwards when it's not important anymore. It's like a week old. Everybody knows it. Who was on the internet, everybody knows about it already.
Yeah, you didn't see David Blaine dead from balloons flashing.
Yeah, it would have been like TMZ's first thing afterwards.
TMZ, is that who you follow for news?
I don't follow, but they're like, they know all the celebrity
They
shit
see
before
you.
anybody.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of magic, I started a movie called Magic Camp on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, you said it was Adam DeMamp, right?
Adam Devine.
Oh yeah, he's DeMamp on Workaholics.
And then he's Andy Bovine on Instagram.
Oh, that's
he's
funny.
trying to like fuck with everything.
It's working.
But I try to remember because he's basically Adam Levine, but
I was
Adam
to say, yeah, and
Devine.
then there's Adam Levine, so that's even more confusing.
Yeah, but they're very much not the same at
I
all.
know, but just in your head.
But
you're
now
like,
that it helps me.
Devine, DeMamp, Bovine.
But because they told the story of why he's Andy Bovine. I think they like said it once to like get into a club, and it was like actually someone on the list, and then he just kept it.
Nice.
Anyways, he's in a movie with the girl that's from Love, whose name Gillian Jacobs.
Gillian? Or is it Jillian?
I don't know. Just maybe shut up.
No, I wasn't trying to correct you.
Don't
I was
correct
just
me on my own
curious.
show. I don't know. Anyway.
On my own show.
Yeah, but don't correct me
Now
on
you're-
our own show.
Now you're definitely
Sounds
not coming on Joe
different.
Rogan.
Okay, well, whatever. I mean, I think if anyone could get an interview with him, it would be me because I'm a woman.
Right, because he's very sexist against men, from what I've heard.
Yeah. Anyway, so I started the movie and it just made me think like, I remember when I just learned about magic growing up, I feel like everyone was like, yeah, but like magic's not real. And I was like, oh yeah, totally. Magic's like not real. And so magic's not cool. Like we're not going to talk about it, but it's like, okay, but how did they do that?
It's incredible.
It's
I don't understand
crazy.
how he does any of the...
Even the simple ones, I'm like, how the fuck did you just do that? And why don't we talk about magic more?
He does a thing where it almost is, I never would because nobody's cool at it really except David Blaine, but it almost makes you want to become a magician just so you can learn all the tricks, just so you can know about stuff. I don't actually want to do magic, but I just want to learn all like how they do everything. I guess that's everybody, but
and I feel like we've grown up in this world where it's like I'm not even supposed to be like, how did they do that? I'm supposed to be like, oh, fake. But it's like, how did they do that?
I
like,
saw
that was fucking crazy.
I saw a video on Twitter of
especially
like
with the levitating.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know.
Their own selves.
Yeah, he made Shaq levitate over a house. Chris Angel. Not to bring him up again, but
Shaq will do anything. And you know what? I'll be the first to admit it.
I guess that's true.
If you were on the general
good point. Very good
car
point.
insurance,
Yeah.
I mean, you will do anything.
What standards do you have?
Anyways, to just like to roll through it. I had a movie weekend basically because did stuff on Saturday. I got too tired and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to watch some movies because I'm like in that place where that's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm only going to say the ones that...
Magic Camp.
No, I started and I was like, oh, I'm not in the mood for this. So I turned it off. But I do plan on getting back to it.
Sorry.
I do think it is meant for children.
Sorry, Andy Bovine.
Yes.
Next time.
So I watched Peanut Butter Falcon.
Oh, yeah.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia.
And Dakota Johnson, who I also really like.
Right.
Because I rewatched his Hot Ones. And I think I'm just like really having a moment with Shia LaBeouf right now.
Okay.
I'm really into Shia LaBeouf. I think he's funny and I do think he's really handsome. And you don't have to bring up the rat tail. Like, that's a different time.
I do think he's handsome, even with the rat tail.
I think he's more handsome without the rat tail. And I think he's super charming
Probably most
on
people.
Hot Ones. And he's like genuinely funny. Anyway, so I watched Peanut Butter Falcon and it was so good.
Is that the one with the special needs kid?
Mm-hmm. And he like wants to be a wrestler and they just like find each other and he's like trying to help him like meet his like wrestling hero so he can do that. And then Dakota Johnson's like the guy's keeper. It is on Prime right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't want to give too much away because I highly recommend it. It's
For
definitely like
free? It's on Prime?
Yeah, it's for free on Prime.
Oh, nice.
It was a feel good movie.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hell yeah.
I don't think I cried, but I cry easy, so don't not watch it because I cried, because that doesn't mean
But you
anything.
said you didn't cry.
I think I might have cried once. I cry a lot.
Okay. If you only cried
movies.
once in that movie, because that movie looks like it would be very touching.
It looks like it's going to be sad, but
Yeah.
it's really not. I laughed too.
Nice.
I've heard Honey Boy, which is Shia LaBeouf. So
that was sad.
So
yeah.
they filmed it in the Outer Banks. So it's big word right now, Outer Banks, because Shia's like wearing an Outer Banks hat the whole time.
Oh, really?
So apparently when they were filming, Shia got arrested for being drunk in public, and that's when he went to rehab, and he wrote Honey Boy, which is about him and his relationship with his father.
Wow, you have done a deep dive on Shia.
Oh, yeah. So I told Trevor, but I'm giving up Instagram for the month. So especially when I was watching the movies, I was getting on IMDb, and like I know the trivia about fucking everything right now.
You're getting your
everything
your
that I was
info
watching
somewhere else.
Yeah, but also like it's different.
It is very different for sure.
But Anna was just like, I'm happy that I know these things. Because, like, look at me. Now I just, like, know facts. Like, interesting facts.
If you ever meet him, you have a great conversation starter.
Kill me. But, yeah, I thought that was super cool. And so I'm waiting for a rainy day to watch Honey Boy. Because as a crier, I know that one's going to be pretty brutal. Anyways, next day, I watched A Star is Born, which I've seen before. And all I have to say is that movie would be perfect, spoiler, if he didn't die.
I think he needed to die.
I think you're wrong. Okay, but here's why. It would be a movie I watched much more often if he didn't die, because towards like the second half of the movie, you're just sitting there like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
He's about to, and it's suicide. It's just like so horrible, and it's like it's not the manager's fault, but I mean he has a lot to do with it.
Her dad?
No, the manager who's like
Oh,
British
yeah, the
and
dickhead.
like
Yeah.
you're ruining her.
Because the dad
and blah,
did
blah.
tell him off right when.
Well, it was the dad's right to tell him off when he peed on stage.
Obviously,
Trevor,
I'm not saying it was his fault.
No,
That's why I got him mixed up because two people, a couple people kind of yelling at him and.
Yeah, but I was curious like why they did that, and apparently they do that in all the Star is Borns.
Yeah.
I think it is brutal though that
It's
the
a
dog
tragedy.
is waiting outside of the garage for him. It's too much. But I think some movies should have an alternate happy ending where it is good.
Choose your own adventure. He doesn't die. It's like, does he pee on the stage?
No. That one, it's like,
could
okay,
choose it.
sure, it's painful.
That was a
no, it's
brutal
horrible,
moment.
but it's not. It's not as bad as suicide.
Right.
But in the whole fact that he's supposed to go meet her at her last concert so she can stay home with him to sing "Shallow," which is my favorite song in the movie. It's like, come on.
But that's why it's
he was sober and they were about to like have their life together.
It's not as emotional if the story ends, happily ever after.
Okay, well, he could have just like attempted. I'm going to hell.
Yeah,
anyways,
in Ashley's remake, he'll just be all good.
Yeah, it's coming out soon. I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna make the whole thing on YouTube.
He'll tie a rope up and then he'll use that rope to like hang up a Christmas tree or something, or like lights or a wreath or something. And you're like, wow, that was nice. He's getting ready for the holidays.
But in another form of trivia that I found is that before they even casted Sam Jones, who plays his brother and has that iconic deep voice, Bradley Cooper was training his voice to kind of have that same sound as him, which
Sam
you will
Jones?
notice. They have what's his name? Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. Yeah.
That's who he's like training to sound
Right,
like
right.
him. And I've said it to Trevor. I don't remember if it was on here or not, but Bradley Cooper in that movie, he can get it. I think he is so attractive. Oh,
It's
and
surprising,
he got a spray tan every single day. I mean, obviously,
makes sense.
when he's like sober and not being
Because he looks
alcoholic.
bad in the beginning. They made him look like a real alcoholic.
Yeah, but it's like when he's showered, and I love the whole like loose, like flowy
He's
shirt
always
rock
sweaty.
star vibe. He has the most beautiful blue eyes I've ever seen. Anyways, next movie that I watched and I really liked was The Royal Tenenbaums.
Oh, wow.
Which-
You really went through them.
3 movies on a long weekend.
Yeah, okay,
Those are,
true.
I mean, I'm not even like naming all the ones that I watched.
Okay.
Trevor, stop judging.
I'm not
me
judging.
Watching TV.
It's movies.
What do you?
watch a lot of
What was I
movies.
supposed to go do?
I don't know. I'm not judging.
No,
I'm just.
you are.
I'm
When you do this, jeez, that's judging.
I'm impressed. It's
Okay.
yeah. Hey,
Cop
it's-
out. Royal Tenenbaums.
all right. Yeah, I'm judging. It sucks. What you should be doing something. I don't know. What do you want me to say? I can't win here.
But you are
I'm
judging.
not, I'm making a judgment on like that's a lot of movies. That is a lot of movies. It's okay. It's not. I'm not saying there's
Within
something
2
wrong with it.
days?
Yeah, 3 is a lot. You watch 2 in 1 day. That's
well,
a lot.
see, that's your opinion that you're projecting on me.
I didn't project it. I just said it.
Yes, you did. You did. And I'm not going to put up with it every single time.
All right.
Royal Tenenbaums, Wes Anderson movie. I loved it. I thought it was so. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
I thought it was so good. Definitely better than Grand Budapest Hotel.
Really? See,
And
that I disagree with.
I thought you said you hadn't seen Grand Budapest.
I watched it a few weeks ago.
So you saw it after I saw it.
Yes.
Because I just remember on the last podcast you're like, I haven't seen it. Oh no, I thought it was so good. But a little trivia. Gene Hackman was a pain in the ass to work with, and Bill Murray would come in on his days off to make sure he wasn't like being an ass to Wes Anderson.
Wow.
Drama, and Gwyneth Paltrow and Luke Wilson dated after this movie. And I just love seeing the Wilson brothers together. I think that's fun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. They also did Bottle Rocket together, which I think was also Wes Anderson. I'm not sure.
Oh, because Owen Wilson and Wes Anderson wrote Royal Tenenbaums together.
Yeah. Good old Owen. I love Owen Wilson.
Yeah, he's very handsome in that movie. So is Lil.
Oh, really?
Luke.
Interesting.
I thought he was really handsome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Luke's.
And then I found out about the third brother, Andrew Wilson.
I didn't know who that was.
Yeah, he's an actor and writer as well, and he's the oldest. The eldest.
Wow. It's always interesting how there's like a third brother sometimes.
The forgotten brother.
The third Hemsworth, the third Wilson, the third property brother. You know, they're all there.
And to think I would have never known this information if I wasn't a lazy ass who watched a shit ton of movies.
It's good. It's enriching your life. That's all that matters.
It's my choice. My body, my choice.
Your brain, your choice, right?
Oh, my body laid there like the lazy girl I am.
Yeah. Well, there's some other news that we definitely need to discuss. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Well, here's an update just to like fact check us from the last time. You can AirPlay on Quibi.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
I got Quibi for one show that I wanted to watch, and then I was like, well, look at that. You can AirPlay it, and I watched it on my TV.
I wonder if is that recent?
They must have heard us and then added it on.
Probably. They're listening.
And if Quibi is listening, call us.
Yeah, I'll do a show, right?
We'll do a show.
We'll do a show.
See? That's
I'll do a show.
My show.
We'll do a show. We'll do a show for sure.
Battle of the show. Whoever wins gets their own show.
Yeah, so we'll have a show about making a show, at which point we'll get another show, and then that show will also be about, we'll just keep doing that.
Or we'll do a redo of Pimp My Ride.
I'm totally into that. Yeah, and we could start by pimping my own ride.
Yeah.
It'll just be pimp everything that I own, like my house, my ride.
And a little bit of trivia for this
Clothes.
show. This is not the first time that we have brought up Pimp My Ride.
I think you need to go to do trivia at some point. Like, I don't know if they have social distance trivia, but it needs to be in the agenda because I think you'd kill it at this point.
Wow, thank you so much.
But anyway, so I was going to say another heartthrob of yours, Mr. Odell Beckham Jr. Have you heard the news?
No. Oh, I meant to say, too, going back to, like, I've given up Instagram for a month. I don't know shit.
Wow.
Which is kind of great.
Speaking of shit,
no.
This young gentleman likes it on his chest. There was
Who doesn't?
Me for
That's
one.
called a Dirty Sanchez.
No, that's different. It's called a Cleveland
toilet
steamer.
stuff.
The Dirty Sanchez is something to do with poo on the mustache, a poo mustache.
Oh, you're right. Trevor told
it's
me
also,
that. I didn't know that.
It's on Urban Dictionary. It's also now, looking back, a little bit racist.
It definitely is.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry I said that.
I mean, you're just quoting Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
It's not like you came up with that term.
No, I definitely did not. That's important to me.
But anyway, a young lady. So there was a podcast a while back, a few weeks ago, where a woman who had claimed to have allegedly
Stuffed.
Stuffed a number of penises into her mouth at various points that all belonged to the Phoenix Suns basketball team.
Basketball.
She's going to give blowjobs to the whole team. And then she got her own podcast, I think, and she was interviewing this other girl.
That's a business move.
And the other girl that was on her podcast was like, yeah, I know something about a celebrity. I just watched a little Twitter video. I didn't watch the podcast, but she was like, yeah, I know something about Odell Beckham. And then they like freak out. And she's like, yeah, he likes getting shitted on his chest. And I was like,
he likes it on his chest.
Yeah. I don't think that's any better. I think it's worse, but anyway.
You think it's worse to have the poop on you than to do the pooping?
I would rather do the pooping than get pooped on for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You said
he likes to get shitted on him people shit on his chest.
Okay, I thought you were saying that was better than doing the pooping.
No.
Okay.
Doing the poop. First off, I don't think I could do it.
I think we've hit
realistically.
our poop limit. Let's change the word poop with glitter.
Okay, I don't think I could glitter on somebody with them like right up in my business watching me. I think I'd probably be a little bit more shy. But I just thought this was like kind of an insane update, especially because it's interesting because he's such a like he looks like manicured and like well groomed guy.
He has beautiful
right?
teeth,
and you know he always has like very nice hair and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the bedroom,
just the
he
dirtiest thing.
He like sent her or he like got a plane to pick her up, and he was like asking her to send him videos of her like glittering on the toilet, and she's like videoing herself glittering, and he's like send me more and all this sort of stuff.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's a little odd, you know. Hey, to each their own.
This completely changes how I feel about him, and I in recent events have said how much I like him.
Well, what would you be willing to glitter?
Never.
Him?
I've never glittered in my life, and I'd like to say that on record.
Okay, you know, you and Kim Jong-un too, the two of you. Hey, that's his claim to fame is he's never glittered.
Okay, but like putting me in the same sentence. Is that how you think of me?
I don't know of another human being who's never glittered.
Oh my God, you're obsessed with him. And it shows. Everybody knows it.
Everybody's talking, Trevor.
We're at Trevor's, and I
obsessed.
just went to Trevor's room, and there's a poster of Kim Jong-un. So.
Yeah, because on the back of it, I have...
On the back of a poster?
I have a map of how... Well, I don't want to say I'm going to kill him, because I'm not. Wink. But
Nobody
if I
winked.
were...
No one winked.
You know, it would be on the back of that poster.
This is upsetting, and he should be exiled from football. Sorry, you said basketball, and it threw me off. And then I realized with my sporty brain that he does not play basketball.
With his own preferences, I'm just kind of shocked. You know?
Shame.
You know, no shame, because hey, everybody have your own kinks. Whatever, as long as it's consensual, I don't care what you do in a bedroom. You know, you do your own thing.
Yeah.
Consensual and legal, because there's some gray area there. I think you need both. But anyway, yeah, that was an interesting update, I thought.
That's sad. Here is an update that I had from me. Is because I was thinking about our top 5 and just going back to how much I love Shia LaBeouf. I was thinking about like my top 5 men is locked and loaded. It's not changing for like the next 10 years. So I think we need to have a top 5 platinum or whatever like the best is, and then another top 5, because mine's never going to change.
It's never wavering. There's nobody on
not
that
for
list.
the next 10 years, unless they do something bad.
Nobody's wavered.
No. And I would say that in court.
Wow.
I will go to prison before I change
I
my top 5.
I think at that point we're just doing 6 through 10, which we could do.
Well, yeah, but you are like don't want 10, so
well, I
feel like we could have a different name with it, and it's like the top 5.
My
bottom feeder top 5.
My only question is like, when do we stop? You know,
At 10 or 5.
I know, but when we do 10, you're gonna be like, 10's only so many.
Don't act like you know what I'm
give
going to
a
do. Don't
mouse a
pretend like
cookie.
you're my mother and assume that I'm going to do something.
We did the top 5, and I was like, nah.
I'm just telling you, it's never going to change. So
Okay.
it's like,
it's never gonna change. Will the top 6 through 10 change?
No.
Well,
They will. They will.
6
They
through
will
10 would
alternate
change.
because
Those
they'll
are
change.
less. Those are less than.
Yeah, because these are more like, I'm having a certain moment with them right
Second
now,
tier.
like Brad Pitt, and then there was someone else, Owen Wilson. Like he would have like watched Royal Tenenbaums, I might have put him in there. And see, as I'm having this movie marathon, because I'm so lazy, like things are going to change because I get more infatuated.
Wait,
with people.
Owen Wilson, you said?
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought he looked really great. But
The
then
cowboy
Luke
hat?
Wilson, yeah, I was into it in the fringe jacket, riding around in his like top down car.
That's funny.
Yeah. And
He
I
killed
just
the dog, though.
Okay, well that's upsetting. Spoiler.
Yeah.
That I like those movies too because they're so colorful. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I said it. So
Yeah, Wes Anderson's great.
so I'm just pitching this idea, but like whatever.
Yeah, I'm down to do it. I would probably. I could figure it out. Yeah, I could figure out 6 through 10.
Because I can't lie. I'm not gonna lie about like who is in my top 5.
Yeah,
They're
if you
just
don't
not
think they're
gonna
ever
change.
going to change.
Not for the next. No, not for a very long time.
See, for me, it was like easy. Like Ava Mendes hasn't really done. She just hasn't really been in the public eye for too
Mine
much.
are really relevant. So, and I'm just that, passionate about it.
Passion, right? Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm down to do it.
Great.
You had something else?
Keeping Up with the Kardashians is over. Bye.
Yep. I just thought that was interesting because if you were to ask, it's crazy that it was like 20 years or something. 15 years?
Something.
You asked me.
It might be 20 by the time it's actually over.
How long it's been on? I'd probably be like 8 years. Right? I don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because there has been, I usually like get excited about watching it because they like hype it up. And so I'll start a couple episodes and then I'll die off because it's just like not as good, especially I just can't deal with commercials. And E likes to play a lot of them. But so there was just a lot of drama because Kourtney didn't really want to be filmed anymore. And there's just been like, I'm sure you saw like the memes about like her and Kim like getting in a fight, like a physical fight. Anyway, so Kourtney was officially done being filmed, even though she still pops in sometimes. So I thought like it was just going to keep going and obviously them getting filmed. It is interesting though because like people will watch them no matter what they're doing, like no matter if they're being like super boring. So it is interesting that they've just like decided to officially end it because it's a paycheck. Not that they like super need it. I mean, they're like the most famous people in the world, but
yeah,
I mean, bye, I guess.
Yeah, it's people probably. I mean, there's like other ways that people are getting their Kardashian fix, right?
But now it's like it's so much like their stories are them advertising their brands, so you're not even really getting them.
Yeah, which is probably better for like brand
for them. Yeah,
brand management. You're like less exposure. Let's just sell the product.
Yeah. But
anyway, yeah, interesting. Goodbye to an era, the end of an era.
It is the end of an era. People are going to be upset.
Yeah, no doubt.
No doubt, the band.
You know who else is upset? McDonald's employees, because the Cactus Jack meal dropped today. Officially dropped. You ever heard of a meal dropping at McDonald's? No.
Yeah, the McRib.
That's true. The McRib does drop once a year. But no, so Travis Scott. It's the most bizarre thing in the world. It's very 2020, but the Travis Scott has a McDonald's collab where you can go order a Travis Scott meal at McDonald's, and McDonald's tweeted out something this morning that said, say Cactus Jack sent you. So there's all these videos online of people being like, hey, Cactus Jack sent me, and the poor like drive-through cashier is like, I'm sorry. And they're like, Cactus Jack, he sent me. They're like, I don't know what that is. Can we help you with something to order? And they're like, Cactus Jack. And it's just like, I just feel bad for the poor workers. Although one of the
so like, what is it?
It's a meal. It's just a quarter pounder with lettuce, tomato, and bacon added.
Great.
It's nothing different, like legitimately nothing different, except it's a little bit more expensive. But it's like hype beasts just are fucking loving it. Like, oh yeah, Cactus Jack, I got the Travis Scott meal first day. It's like, all right, it's a fucking McDonald's burger. Like, I don't know what you expected. It's not any different. It's a quarter pounder with bacon. Like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't care for McDonald's.
It's a staple. It's whatever.
When was the last time you got McDonald's?
It's a good question.
And felt good.
Well, I've never felt good, but
not regretted.
I want to say I don't know, honestly.
Would you go to McDonald's or Taco Bell?
McDonald's. Yeah.
Just learning more about you.
Taco Bell, I just feel like there's less consistency.
And it's like,
not
hey,
bad.
What is this? Even though you could say the same thing about McDonald's. When I saw the video of those McNuggets.
Oh, yeah. You can't question what goes into either of those products because McDonald's, Taco Bell, neither one's really putting up the best quality product, if you will.
Yeah, that's not what they're known for.
But yeah, I just thought it was like this most like super ridiculous thing, seeing all the people on Twitter tweeting about it, going nuts for Travis Scott merch. Some cashier, they got like Travis Scott, Cactus Jack, McDonald's like worker shirts. Some guy sold his for $600. It's just a T-shirt.
Yeah.
That says McDonald's on it. It's like,
okay.
Yeah.
That's sad.
More sad news: The Rock and Robert Pattinson have COVID.
Yep.
They have tested positive.
Wear your mask, stay inside. The Batman has been taken down in the prime of life.
Yeah, and if it could take down The Rock. But I also thought The Rock, Rob Pattinson, and me now have something in common. We've all had COVID. So,
wow, cool.
you know, in a way, I'm like third fiddle to the Rock and Robert Pattinson, not bad company.
Well, in like millions of people.
Right, but also me. So.
Well, here I am, glad to not be like any of you.
Yeah. Yep. You're technically above both of us.
Thank you.
All right. Well, today's topic, right? Throwback
Is
episode.
Throwback. Hit that sound. Didn't prepare one.
Nope.
Wow.
Don't have one.
Someone's too lazy. I'll drop it.
You'll drop it?
Yeah.
I don't know what a throwback sound is, to be honest.
Hey, go home, Roger.
What is that?
Sister.
Oh, I thought you were talking about from Doug, because Roger Klotz.
Oh, no. I would know Sister more than I would know that.
Sister's now on something.
On Netflix.
Yeah.
I'm guessing
I used
it's
to
not
watch
on
it.
Disney Plus.
Fun fact, while we're doing trivia, little trivia about
Trivia's over. Sorry.
Tia and Tamara Mowry. When one of them was sick and the other had given birth recently, she gave breast milk to the other one, and she said it made her healthy again. So,
wow.
just
Damn.
saying
I wish I had a twin.
that you could drink their
her
breast milk.
milk.
Yeah, I'm not ruling it out.
This is something in Friends. Would you taste it?
Like for fun,
From like
or
your
like
wife. Just to be
I
like, I
probably
wonder what
would.
that tastes like.
I probably wouldn't. If they were like, you should try it. Excuse me? After all the shit you've given me. God.
No, I just hate when people use that word
I
like that.
just wouldn't want to. You know?
I think I'm just so curious about, but also it'd be like coming from me. So I'd be like, you know what? I wonder what I'm putting in my baby's body.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of know what it is. I don't need to taste it to know what it is.
I mean, you drink cow's milk.
Yeah.
It's gross. It's the same thing.
It's definitely not, but
I mean, it's not the same thing, but it's both milk from
they're both milk.
mammals.
Okay,
It's
would you
mammal
drink
milk.
would you drink like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a very bizarre
can't.
milk, like whale's milk or something.
Does whales make milk?
Probably it's a mammal. I don't know.
I don't think whales make milk.
Most bizarre milks.
They don't have any teats.
Would you drink like, let's see, do monkeys make milk?
But you're not married to a whale.
I know, but the comparison of like you drink cow milk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're even closer to your wife than you are the cow that you don't even know what
Would you
farm
eat?
it came from.
Would you eat human cheese? Because that's something that just came up. Cheese made with human breast milk.
Yes. Cheese made with my own human breast milk?
Your
yeah.
own? No, I'm not saying your own. Your own is totally different, I think. If
Yeah,
I
but
made my
we
own
can't
breast milk,
compare
I'd probably
because-
try it.
Oh, wow. So you don't trust your future wife who doesn't exist yet. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems a little weird to me. And what if I liked it?
your baby's
Also,
gonna eat
what
it.
if I liked it a lot, and then it's a weird fetish?
Then you don't tell anyone ever, and you keep it and you shove it down inside.
Yeah, but fetishes are hard to shove down. That's why they're fetishes. That's why Odell just.
Then you go on that show, Intervention.
That's why Odell had that. Yeah, I guess that's true. I could always do that, and then I got some more airtime, and that's when I go on Joe Rogan.
And then you're known for the boy who got addicted to his mother. His mother's
Yeah,
breast milk.
true-
You've actually had breast
true
milk
life.
before. Well, actually, I don't know if you.
Yeah, you don't know. Maybe I was a
you
test
were
tube baby.
Breastfed.
Maybe I was a little lab baby.
I think I was breastfed. I could understand.
I
if
think,
wasn't.
yeah, I was. I'm almost positive. But
But speaking of being breastfed, this is a throwback episode to when
If
we
sh-
were younger.
to clarify, if she tried it and she was like, "Here, you should try it," I would just try it. But if she didn't present it, if it was just in the fridge,
I wasn't talking about like the details. Yeah, it wouldn't be like, hey, give me some of that breast milk, even if you say no.
I wouldn't seek it out. But if it was offered and she was like, I'm going to try it, you should try it,
Okay,
I would
yeah,
try
I
it.
meant it like it was offered to you in a polite way, not just like, wow.
In a way of, yeah,
I'll have
I'm not
what
going to
he's-
be, I'm not going to be sneaking sips in the middle of the night for a late night, you know. Let me get a little taste of this, see what this is like
You
while
could have
she's
just
asleep.
like let that transition happen because I nailed it, but you had to go back and
Fuck.
clarify.
Yeah. All right, do it again.
Speaking of being breastfed, this is a throwback episode where we're going to talk about stuff that happened when we were younger. First girlfriends, first boyfriends. You can guess whose is for who. Heartbreaks, crushes, whatever.
Yeah, school dances, having to
Yeah.
ask somebody, creative
I
ways
didn't.
you got asked, you know.
Oh, I actually do have a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hit it then. Let's go. Here we go.
First
Girlfriend.
First girlfriend.
But like not real
Yeah. First girlfriend I was in. So I'm pretty sure on most of this. You know, like because it's like I'm almost positive first girlfriend was 6th grade. I don't know exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was 6th grade. Yeah, I wasn't as cool as you. But
I guess I was like a hotter kid.
I don't know how to
Probably
really
from all
respond to
that
that.
breast
Yeah. But anyway, I like didn't actually ever. I think we either met in person, but like never. I don't think I ever talked to her. That's what's funny. Maybe exchanged.
Do you know her name?
5 sentences.
Where is she now?
I don't know where she is now. Her name was Andrea. Is, I guess. I don't know if she could be, was, or is. But I won't reveal the last name. So you scoundrels can't find her. Make her life hell. But no, I broke up with her. Or no, she broke up with me, actually.
Wow. I was really about to lie and put shame on Andrea's name.
I was the reason that she broke up with me. No, there was no, like, 6th grade, legitimately all we did was just pass notes to each other.
Yeah, but you could cheat. You could pass notes somewhere else.
I guess that's true.
And be like, you like me? Yes or no?
I wasn't that big of a player. But I basically just gave, we would give each other notes.
In your heart.
Hers were always like way more detailed and long and well thought out than mine. Hers were like nice handwriting. She might draw some pictures or stickers, stuff like that.
Thinking about that, like, what could we have even wrote? Like, hey, had lunch, you were there. Talk to you later. Math is crazy.
Got a pizza Lunchable today. Today's awesome. Like,
had put chocolate and M&Ms on it and cheese. Maybe I don't remember how it went exactly.
Wished I could have shared with you.
I've given you half.
I feel like we probably said like I love you, like
Ew, Trevor.
I don't know. You're a child. You don't know what the fuck's going on. You're just like, she said it, so I guess I should say it. Context clues. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. But anyway, I just remember it was like really funny. There were, I got all these notes. Then before Christmas, I think she got me like a teddy bear and like had a super long note. I didn't get her a gift because I also didn't tell my parents I had a girlfriend. I was like, I was like, something's off here. I shouldn't be doing this. And even though if I told my mom, she would have been like, that's fine. I think I was just like embarrassed for whatever reason. Did you break up
with her before Christmas?
No.
Okay.
I just didn't get her a gift and she got me a gift. And then the next note I got after Christmas break
said F-U***K.
It was not as, flowery and nice as the other notes. Yeah. It wasn't bad. It was just like,
kick rocks, Trevor.
I don't think that we can see each other
I will not look at you
when
I walk down the hall.
We've tried.
Which is brutal.
I felt tethered to you for a time, but that tether has been broken and our bond will never be the same.
Yeah, we went to different schools.
No, she didn't say anything like that. But yeah, that was the first girlfriend. It was a notes relationship. We talked on AIM as well.
Of course.
Yeah. But it was just like, it's just such a bizarre thing. It's like, I think somebody said that she liked me and I was like, I guess I like her too.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Whatever. You're like, sure. It's a girl, right? Yeah. That's what you're supposed to do. But yeah, that was mine. So what was your first, first boyfriend?
My first boyfriend was in kindergarten.
Okay. Kind of crazy. Kindergarten?
Yeah.
You can't even really talk yet.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
You can talk, but like your plurals and shit are all fucked up. You're like, there's a bunch of stuff over there.
We knew.
There's a bunch of stuffs over there.
We broke up and then I had another one. I had a boyfriend in every single grade until I didn't.
That is insane.
Yeah, I was a cute kid until I wasn't. That was tricky, but I still had boyfriends in that stage.
Were you initiating the relationships or was it
tricky? Probably a little. I think it was pretty half and half. I mean, speaking of not really remembering, but I do remember that I had boyfriends.
Kindergarten's way back.
His name was Dalton.
Surprised you remember at all.
Yes.
This was the first, Dalton.
Yes. Hard to remember. And I also switched schools a lot, so a lot of fresh meat.
And the new kid's always like the hot kid for sure.
So me, yes.
Right, because when I moved, I was the hot kid.
Oh, fabulous. Look at us.
Yeah.
Look at us now.
Everybody's like, oh, who's the new mysterious new kid?
Yeah, so I don't have the details as much, but I also did have a more serious-ish boyfriend in 6th grade. I still wouldn't say that was like my real boyfriend, but I really don't remember doing the whole notes thing. I don't know. I'm not just super wordy.
Did you guys like talk? Did you ever like spend
he would
time
call
together?
me on the phone after school, and I
That's
remember doing
big.
that a lot. And I don't remember. Also, not to brag or sound spoiled, I had my own phone line.
Nice.
My only child is showing, but yeah, I had my own phone line, so we would talk. And then he told me he loved me, and I said thank you, and then I broke up with him.
Ouch. Who was that?
Jacob.
Yeah,
and actually I do know him now,
Aww.
which is funny. Yeah.
Nice. Well, hey, you gotta figure things
I'm a
out.
Heartbreaker. Yeah.
You get your heart broken and you learn from it, right?
Yeah. And then I've told you on the podcast about my 5th grade boyfriend who was embarrassed to give me or like tell people that I was his girlfriend. I was kind of in my awkward stage, but it's still pretty rude. Afraid to tell everyone. And then he like on Valentine's Day he gave me a teddy bear, but he like didn't want. He made me like shove it in my backpack before anyone saw.
Don't let anybody see it.
But thank God I realized I didn't like him, and that's when like in PE class I was like, hey, can you go tell him I don't like him anymore? And his face, priceless.
Yeah.
Brannon Haggart.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't care about that one.
Okay. Whatever. Yeah. I won't bleep it.
I haven't even seen this name in forever.
All right. Well, if he's out there, you know
Not
who
bitter.
you are. And everybody else does too now.
I mean, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, 7th grade, had a couple boyfriends, nothing serious. And then I switched schools. And so I was neighbors with this boy who I liked, and I would go out and play with all these boys. We'd play hide and seek and whatnot. And so I started dating this boy before I switched schools, and spoiler alert, he was my first kiss.
Nice.
And so I would consider that my first real, quote, boyfriend. And then as soon as I got to the new school and there was all these other boys, I dumped him for his best friend. Ooh. And then we dated for like 3 weeks and realized this was not it. And so he tried to break up with me in the hallway, and he put his arm around me to break up with me on the way to math class. And then he got pulled over by a teacher because he was touching me.
Classic hallway pullover.
Like, fuck you, bye, even though I wanted to break up with you and you made it easier, but then you got in trouble and that just made it sweeter.
Oh, so he put his arm around you and you were going to break up with him?
No, he was going to break up with me.
To beat you to the punch.
To beat me to the punch. But it was nice because you'd still like, even though you know you're going to break up, like the person's like, oh, you're going to break up with me? Like, I'm only supposed to not like you. You're not supposed to not like me.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, look at you getting in trouble.
Nobody
I'm going
wants
to math,
be,
kiss my ass.
Nobody wants to be rejected. Nice.
Yeah, of course.
Well, props to that teacher. Do you know who that was?
No, couldn't even put a face.
Mr. DeCumbus.
Mr. Hall Pass Man Stopper Boy.
Nice. What about dances?
We really didn't.
What were dances like in all this?
We didn't really have. I remember like because I went to public school in 8th grade, which is when I just learned like what hand jobs were. Like I didn't know anything because I went to a Christian school.
Smoking weed out of a mechanical pencil.
Didn't know that at all. And I remember like a couple weeks into 8th grade, they were like, "Yeah, she gave him a hand job on the baseball field," and I was like.
Yeah, you're like, no, you just got to be like, oh, yeah, that's crazy. And then later, ask your parents.
You're just like, oh, my God.
And you're like,
that's slutty, because
I can't believe she did that.
Yeah.
And then, this was before Google. Yeah, it's crazy.
I know, I really don't know how. I mean, also with that one, you're kind of like, okay, I get what that could maybe be.
I would always just ask my parents. Like,
oh, no.
I would ask them everything. I didn't know. One time there was a condom on the... like in the parking lot of our school or something. This was in like probably 6th grade, maybe 4th or 5th grade. I don't know. Probably 4th grade. Because I think by 6th grade I knew. I think it was like 4th grade, and somebody, they were like, oh yeah, there's a condom in the parking lot. Gross. And I was like, I just knew context clues. I was like, oh, gross. And then later, I remember weirdly, I was in the back of our SUV, and there was we had the Christmas tree back there, and I was like holding it because we were worried it was gonna like come loose and come out of the car or something.
I don't know where this is gonna go.
And I was like, "Hey, Mom, like, what's a condom?" And then she told me. She was like, "Well, it's used for when, sex is occurring to prevent pregnancy." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I knew.
See, that's interesting because I feel like mine was a bunch of different like context clues. So I don't remember the exact year. I remember I was young, but the movie. It came on Disney Channel. It was called Wish Upon a Star. And the girl was like, at least I'm not a virgin. And I kept asking Mom, I was like, what's a virgin? What's a virgin? Because, I thought, too, like, everything I heard on Disney Channel was, like, cool to ask Mom.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't tell me. And then I, bugged her enough where she's like, it means you haven't had sex. Do you know what that means? And I was just like,
right.
No. And then she didn't tell me because I think I was pretty young. And then I remember, I think I've told you this, but like we went to Books A Million, which is like low-key Barnes & Noble in Alexandria, Louisiana. And she was trying to pick out a book to teach me like what sex was. And then she brought me and we sat on the swings in our backyard and she was sweating and she kind of told me, but I don't really remember.
I remember, I think actually the condom story must have been in 5th grade because I think I learned what sex was in 4th grade. Maybe it was 5th grade, but it was right around there. And I remember my parents had a little book.
Yeah. Birds and the Bees.
Yeah, they showed me. It was weirdly like animated pictures.
Okay, see, I saw one of those books when my mom was picking out a book, and that's when I saw 2 animated men in a shower together, and I was like, oh, okay.
Wait, 2 animated men in a shower together?
Yeah.
It was like
this is
homosexual
gay.
and oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if mine had.
I don't think my mom bought me that book. She definitely didn't buy me that book, and it was funny because it was like it showed their penises.
Yeah, it showed all the parts.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, I was just like so stunned when I found out that that's what sex was, and I was honestly like kind of disgusted. I was like, that's not what that should be for.
Yeah, I still really don't remember being like, hey, this is exactly what happens. I feel
they
like
told me.
It's been blurry ever since. Like, I think I was just kind of like, I would try to, the whole thing of like, at school, like, oh yeah, sex. Whoa, like, ugh. And then it's like you hear about it on shows and you're like, okay, like I know that it's the thing you do to have a baby, but I don't exactly get what happens. And you really don't learn until a while later, like how many holes there are.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think a lot of guys still don't know.
I agree.
I was gonna say, what did you think sex was before you knew what sex was? You know what I mean? Like, how did you, like? Because I have an idea in my head. I'll go first to give you an idea of what I'm asking. But like in my head, I was like, you kind of make out and like you kind of like maybe you get naked.
Make out session, no tops.
Yeah, nothing to do with the downstairs.
Okay.
I was just like, you kind of make out, and then a baby happens, and then, you get pregnant, and then there's, they're peeing, and they're like, oh, it's coming, and then the baby's out.
Yeah.
That was my 3rd grade level of what sex was and pregnancy.
Feel like I probably just thought it was just like you're naked and you're probably laying on top of each other, and then boom, there it is.
Pretty close.
No, pretty close.
Pretty close.
Because I definitely think I did watch shows or movies sometimes where I was like, I probably shouldn't be watching this, but it seems interesting and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of like, okay. And I mean, at a very young age, we had like all the channels, so I stumbled across porn. But okay, not a very good depiction because it's like, it's like, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Also, they're not trying to have a baby. It's not for procreation.
Sure. Yeah. So yeah, that's where I was at.
Right. Yeah, no.
And then it's like you reach an age where you're like, well, I really don't want an ass, and I think I've got a good idea.
Yeah, you're like, I know what's going on generally.
Yeah, I know things go and where, and
Yeah, stuff's happening.
Yeah, but as for dances, we had like one dance in the 8th grade, and I don't think it was really like. Fuck, I really don't remember. I guess I did have a date. I looked heinous.
We all did. Let's be real. Nobody looks awesome in 8th grade.
And then there were just like grind trains, which is super painful. And then
grind trains.
So
like
a grind train, which now as I think about it, you go. I want to hear what you're about to say.
Okay, so like a conga line, but everybody's grinding.
Yeah, you're just butt to crotch, but it's usually
who's in the middle. That's the worst part.
I mean, there's a bunch of people.
So the guy at the end is like,
no
this
guys.
Is awesome. Oh.
Now I feel like it's like a sexist mating ritual because it was kind of like a bunch of girls who were kind of like too scared to dance with guys, or maybe guys were too scared to ask. So girls would just like create a grind line, and then it was just like, look at us, we're dancing, and this song is inappropriate. And I don't really remember. But then in high school, you started grinding. But it's kind of like you would just be like dancing with your friends, and then like a guy would be like, do you want to dance? And I was like, okay. And then you just like turn back of head to front of head and then grind.
Back of head. Yeah.
How grinding works. But just thinking about it now, it's just like how hurtful.
Yeah. We had like grinding in like our 8th grade dances, but it was like there was no grind line or grind train.
Well, things are a little more conservative in the South.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's how that more conservative is a grind train.
Well, there's no hard penis on your
but you just said
crack.
that leads to that.
Not in the 8th grade.
Oh, really?
In high school.
So the
remember grinding
train,
with a boy in junior high.
So grind train, there was no guys going up to girls
maybe
in
like
grind train.
the bad girls.
Right. Bad girl.
But then it was like, I remember freshman year, so getting right into it, I started dating this guy who was cute, and he was playing me like a fiddle, like so hot and cold. It was bad. And then, but I think I peaked in high school because like, I remember the first day, I swear I did. So many guys would text me, and I'm not trying to brag. This is genuinely just like what happened. And because like, that would be so lame if I was lying. But there was this like guy that was 2 years older than me, and he was like texting me and stuff. And he was very handsome. Like it wasn't even like, oh, this is creepy. It was like, oh, he's hot. But he had a girlfriend.
Also, just to be clear, it's not necessarily only creepy if you're hot or not. Creepiness isn't usually. I mean, it can be. It can be associated with looks, but it's not always.
That fell out of my mouth. Okay. Oh fuck.
But anyway.
No, just forget it.
No, I want to hear. So
I
this
started
guy was
dating this
texting
guy,
you.
and then he was playing
He was playing you like a fiddle.
We held hands walking down the aisle, and then
Which aisle? A hallway?
The hallway.
Okay. Walking down the aisle is just. I'm trying to.
And then I went over to his house, and I wouldn't let him touch my breast, and then he broke up with me.
Wow.
But he had already asked me to go to homecoming, and so we went to homecoming broken up, and then he made out with this girl who was on my soccer team the whole night. But then the hottest boy in school asked me to grind with him.
Nice.
So we all have happy endings.
That's legitimately, like you just described, your life is basically like a John Hughes movie.
Thank you.
Like Pretty in
I
Pink,
think my life should be a movie too.
Where he's like, it's like the cool guy who you think is really sweet and nice turns out to be, he's only interested in like getting some sort of sexual pleasure, and then you deny him, and then he turns sour. So you talk with your friend who's like the nice guy who secretly kind of likes you.
No, this guy was so hot. He
well,
wasn't
no.
Okay, sorry.
I'm gonna get to him. But there's like this nice guy who's the friend who kind of comforts you. He secretly kind of likes you, but he knows
definitely had one of those.
He knows you're really interested in this super hot guy that you
Yes.
grind with, and then that turns out to be the nice guy who, at the end of the movie, that you end up with.
Spoiler alert: didn't end up with the nice guy. Ended up with no guy. Not to brag.
But you ground with the hot guy. Is it ground?
And I grounded.
Is it? I always say grinded, but is it ground? I ground with him.
No, I think I grounded. I grinded upon him.
I'll start making ground happen.
Yo, John Ralphio, come grind up on me.
Bounce. All the ladies say.
You gonna smile? You gonna throw up?
I dagger you on the dance floor.
Fuck it. Yeah. Anyway, so it turns out that he low-key is kind of dumb. Like, I think he was in like the class. You know how there was like gifted,
you kind of figure it
then
out.
regular, then like, yeah. Not that like everyone like, but he was like lower than that. Like, I think he like was low-key pretty dumb. Anyways,
it's like you'll be in manual labor. That's fine.
But and there's nothing wrong with being dumb.
Nothing wrong with
but I
being
think
in
there was
manual
like
labor.
a kind of like maybe that
It's
makes
an
sense why
honest
he did
job.
this to me.
Yeah.
But spoiler alert: a year later, I dated the hot guy for 1 month, and then he broke up with me.
Okay, but you did date the hot guy. You got the hot guy.
I did date the hot guy, and he was so hot.
We could take some liberties with the movie where we abbreviate the timeline so that it's like you get together right after.
Well, it makes even more sense for my movie where it's like, oh, but I thought he was going to be the one, and then I end up with a nice guy. Even though I actually did kind of like, because I did have a friend who was like my friend, but he did actually like me. And then we tried to like be more than that, and I was like, no, this isn't working.
Doesn't usually work.
And then my junior year, sorry, I'm almost done.
No, it's all good.
And then my junior year, I decided that I was going to talk to 2 guys at once because I guess this is when I really started to have feminism pulse through me. But I was like, well, a guy would do this, so I am going to talk to 2 guys at once.
If they're going to do a wrong thing, I'm going to do the wrong thing.
Exactly. And here's another part that
seems more like rationalizing bad behavior, but sure.
Okay, I was also a junior in high school.
Hey, no, yeah, not judging.
Well, here
commenting.
is where you can judge. I didn't really like either of them.
Oh. Hey.
And then one of them hurt himself on the football field.
Oh, okay.
And I was about to break up with him, and then he really hurt himself, and he was like the star quarterback, and so I stayed with him.
Oh, well, that's
and
nice.
He was a bad kid.
Yeah, you get sympathy points for that.
Sympathy points.
Well, how
for
bad did
that.
he get hurt? What happened?
Pretty bad.
Like, was he paralyzed?
No. Oh my God. Sorry. No.
Okay.
No.
Well, that's what I'm.
But he couldn't play. He couldn't play for the rest of the season.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't remember. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's my
All right.
movie. Fuck you.
Goodbye scholarship. That sucks.
No, I think he did go to scholarship.
Oh, nice.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Know.
Who cares? He's probably fine.
What about
Or he's
you?
not.
Who was your real girlfriend?
So I had probably, I think it was 7th grade, where I actually like dated a girl that I lived in the same neighborhood as. And we hung out. It was like the first time I actually like hung out and like spent time with a girl and like her friends, you know, whatever, like being in the same place. Actually like talking on the phone, that sort of stuff.
Totally.
But we started dating, and then within like a month, so that was like my first real girlfriend, and then within a month I like moved to Northern California from Memphis. So it was like tight. And then I was like, what's funny is like at the time you're just such an idiot. At the time you're just such an idiot. You're like, I was like, we'll try long distance.
This will definitely work out.
Yeah, at 13.
Yeah.
And this was also like pre fucking FaceTime.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't really keep in contact with people. But
texting was just emerging.
I'll send you on a MySpace message. But I remember I like called her like when I moved, and I was like, hey, I think we have to break up or whatever. But yeah, that was the first real girlfriend. Weirdly enough, she was like in a kind of viral video where she was like at her wedding singing. This was like the next time I saw her, she was singing on
Fuck Trevor.
No. She was singing
Fuck you,
I think it was
ho, I
Bodak
don't
Yellow.
Want you back.
Nope,
Oh, wow.
nothing to do with me.
I'm sorry, but when you pause, it's just like free reign.
You're just firing away. No, it's Bodak Yellow by Cardi
pretty
B.
Close to what I said.
Is that about fuck men? Okay. Well, anyway, wasn't about me for sure. It was at her wedding, so clearly
Why
she's
is she
over
singing
it.
that song at her wedding?
I think she just really liked it.
It's a good song.
Yeah. But anyway, so that was that. Dances, First kiss was actually a different girl, not that girl. It was when I moved.
In Memphis?
Not in Memphis. Not in Memphis. It was in California. So I was in 8th grade at that time, and we.
my first kiss was before.
Yeah, I was a late bloomer. We know this. We've been over this.
That's not that late.
But anyway, yeah, I kissed a girl behind the locker rooms. So
wow, very movie-esque.
Yeah, there was like this weird. You could drive cars behind the locker rooms. There was like a weird alleyway that you could drive. No, not the kids.
I was like, wow, y'all had no rules.
But yeah.
I didn't say, but yeah, my first kiss was we were playing hide and seek, and it was by a tree.
Nice. That's during a game is good.
Yeah, that's like my favorite thing.
Yeah, very fitting.
Maybe that's why I like games.
Ooh.
No.
Now you're getting psychology.
My family definitely is the one who made me like games.
Okay.
And he was not my family. That's important.
He will never be your family. Maybe. No. We'll leave it open.
He's pretty cute right now.
Yeah, there you go.
I've seen him recently, actually.
Okay, good. Yeah, we'll see. We'll leave it up to the chance. But I was going to say dances, I think the first, I don't know exactly, but the first dance I asked someone to was in high school for sure. I don't know exactly when.
Yeah, do you have like one you're proud of?
I mean, it was like,
cool?
it was like, I mean, there is something that it's not cool, but like, so like, first time I asked a girl out, I had flowers and everything, and I was so fucking nervous, just like, you know, you're shaking basically, just get it out, just say the sentence, and that'll be it. Just say the sentence, and I did, and she said yes, and it was fine. Nothing happened. It was just like I was just excited to ask a girl that I thought was cute to the dance. The first like a dance, like asking someone to prom,
was it like a whole shebang too?
I think
at your school?
Yeah, at our school, everybody had to
some aren't as big.
Everybody had to do something. They're like, well, how are you going to ask her? As if it was like a fucking proposal.
No, for sure. That's exactly how it is.
It's just like...
But
I'm probably not even going to
as a young woman, I was eating that shit up. I was like, it better be good.
Yeah, for sure. That was like every guy's thought was that girls were like... everybody, like, you have to do something spectacular. So everybody tried to pull out all the stops.
And here, this one time happened to me, not with a boyfriend, but he did it with like car paint on my window, and it said prom ? And then it's like you get to ride around and be like, yeah, I got asked to prom.
Oh, see, ours was like you almost had to be like creative or like, I don't know. There was I guess.
But it's like I got there and like I didn't.
That's
nobody
cool.
was there. And
Yeah. It always had to be a surprise.
Yeah, had to be a surprise.
But like the other thing that was shitty is like you couldn't just like do the same thing as somebody. You know, you couldn't be like, oh yeah, like Jerry
it's like
did
if they
this.
did that, fuck. I gotta
Yeah, you're like, well, that was my idea. Exactly. So I did. I think it was like, it's so corny, like the corniest fucking thing ever. But whatever, that's what it fucking was. The whole thing's corny. But I got my friend we got like sidewalk chalk, and we traced like a
dead body,
a dead body, a chalk outline on like
and
her
said,
driveway.
I will kill you if you don't go to prom with me.
Exactly. I was like, murder is in your future if you do not attend the prom with me. But no, it was like, I would die to go to prom with you.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's cute. Whatever. You know, it's just such a stupid thing.
No, I'm not judging you. I mean, I would have been like, wow, he's suicidal.
A little dark looking back. I should have done like blood spatter, like gone a little bit heavier with it.
Really, if like the parents would have shown up first, like they would have thought something bad was happening.
There's like a police car outside, detectives.
And you're in handcuffs.
There's been a situation.
And they just see the police first, and then she sees it, and then she's like, oh my God, like what is going on? And then you get out of the cop car with handcuffs on.
And I'm like, please, I need your help.
And you have blood on you.
And then behind my hands, where it looks like I'm handcuffed, I actually pull out flowers. And she's like, wow.
And her prom dress that you bought for her, and it's the most expensive dress in the world.
And then I steal the cop's gun, and I'm holding it, and I fire 3 shots in the air, but they're not actually bullets. Again, more flowers come out of the tip of the gun. It's a magic gun. And we're back to David Blaine.
Yeah, and then lastly,
how did you get
my most serious boyfriend ever? Was senior year of high school. And we started dating, and actually, we started talking like the first for like homecoming, and then we actually ended it before homecoming, but we still went together. So that happened to me twice.
Wow.
And I was just like dancing with him. Yeah, I really love to be rejected.
No, not that. I'm just like the fact that you were even willing to go.
Well, and it's like everybody's fucking taken. And I definitely thought and we like told each other we liked each other. And then, but he was taking so long to ask me that another guy asked me, and I was just like, no. But he'd also been drinking, and I was just like, get away from me.
Yeah.
And I didn't drink my senior year. Anyways, I became sober. That's not funny.
You didn't drink in high school.
I didn't drink senior year of high school. I drank the rest of high school. I drank before that, and then I didn't drink senior year.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I went hardcore before that.
Wow.
And then my boyfriend was like a hardcore
drinker.
Christian.
Oh.
Took a turn.
Oh.
And I was like, but I said it was for me, but I mean, I'm sure it was for him.
Yeah.
And then, I started drinking again, like, by the time that was over. Anyway, so we ended up dating after that, for real. And we were dating by the time prom happened. And then we had Powder Puff, which is where the girls play football.
Yeah.
And so it was our game. And he went into the announcer's box to pretend he was reading off the rules for prom. And then he asked me to prom.
Nice.
In front of everyone. Eat it. And I said yes.
That's a big move. Like,
it was a very confident, big move in front of everyone, which I enjoyed.
To do it in front of everyone takes...
And my mom and my grandma were there.
Takes some gall. Your mom and your grandma. Wow.
They came to watch my game.
Our Powder Puff games happened a couple times, but then they banned it. They said if anybody attends or tries to make it happen, you won't be able to walk.
Did something horrible happen?
Yeah. It was like brutal. Like it was like fairly aggressive and kind of violent.
Fun. Yeah.
Girls like basically got into fights.
It was like me of Mean Girls when she's like on the lacrosse team.
Yeah, it was like dangerous. Like you're like, okay, somebody's gonna get hurt here. Somebody might have. I don't even know. But yeah, the school is like, that can't happen again. That was like such a liability.
Oh my god.
Because it wasn't school supervised. It was like in a park somewhere.
Oh, okay. This was school supervised. We had T-shirts.
No T-shirts. It was like war. T-shirts. It was crazy.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that was a little flashback.
Trip down memory lane.
Yes, exactly. A little throwback.
Love lane.
Should we end with a couple deal breakers? A couple quick ones?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
You got
I always
okay.
have some.
I could start with one.
I just didn't know that's what was coming. Whoa.
Yeah, throwing it in. I'm just kind of feeling it, flying by the seat of my pants. All right, let's see. I've got some good ones. I know that for a fact. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just let it go. Nobody's gonna say anything.
Let what go?
The podcast.
I hate those.
All right. Do you want me to start, or you?
Yes, because
okay.
I wasn't prepared.
Do you not have one?
I have them. I can't find them. Just go.
Okay. So
Freaking showbiz.
Yeah, it's all good. Most people have tuned out by now, anyway.
Oh my God! No,
so
no.
it's he's the perfect man. Everything's amazing, right? But when you notice, like one day, you're like, this is the first time I'm staying over at his house, and he really likes the AC cold. Normal. That's a lot of people like the AC cold. But he's like, yeah, I like it cold, and that way I can feel nice and cozy when I go to bed. And when he goes to bed, he like changes into his pajamas, and he slips one of those old-timey little caps on his head. Like, those pointed caps. It's not
like Scrooge.
Like Scrooge. I want to clarify. Not like a Klansman. Like Scrooge, okay? It's not a hood. It's a little tiny cap. Might have a little, fluff ball at the end of it.
We get it.
I'm just trying to paint the picture. And he's like, yeah, this is how I sleep. My head gets a little chilled. That's why I like it. And this is a nice thing. And I like the aesthetic. What
else is he wearing?
His pajamas.
Okay, so he's not wearing the Scrooge nightgown as well.
Well, he puts that on when he steps out of bed.
That is different.
He wears his robe, his cloak, when he steps out of bed.
And he's not doing it knowing it's weird.
He knows it's a little quirky,
and it's kind of funny.
No, it's not funny. It's a serious thing. It's not funny.
You can't be quirky and serious.
But he's quirky and serious. He's like, I know it's quirky, but it's my thing, and I'd appreciate it if you just let me, kind of be myself around. And if you're like, you kind of make a joke, like you're like, oh, look, Ghost of Futures Past is coming. He's like, that's really not funny, and I don't appreciate it.
It's also inaccurate because I would be the ghost and he would be Scrooge.
Right. Yeah. But, you point to the dog or something comes in. You're like, it's the Ghost of Christmas Future or something, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm upset. And I'm sad, and I'm definitely not telling anyone that he does this, but no, it's not a fucking deal breaker.
Nice.
Because it would be too superficial. Like, if he's the perfect person ever and he does this, like...
No, that's true.
It would be great if it was, like, something we could laugh about and it was funny. Yeah, that would be more ideal, but since it's not... Yeah. Okay, but, like, do people know? No, I don't care what people think. Don't answer that.
Okay, I won't answer.
I'm just picturing like Christmas with the family, and he would like wake up on Christmas morning.
And he loves Christmas for sure. He loves Christmas.
And then I would just be like, oh, he just loves Christmas. Like he thinks he's like
a
Scrooge.
Christmas guy.
Yeah. I think I would lean into it. I'd get him I get him ones made with like my face on the robe.
And you might wear one and be like, these are actually amazing. I can't believe I never did this before.
I mean, also would have to be like fucking secure to stay on, like a hat.
Yeah, it just pops off in the middle of the night.
Yeah, maybe it makes his hair soft. I don't know. But sadly, no, not a deal breaker. But fair. I am sad.
We could just end with that one. Do you want to ask one?
Wow.
It's up to you if you're looking for one.
It really is your show. I had them already. I just couldn't find them. But I actually have one that is close to what you were saying.
Okay.
So, woman of your dreams, all of the stuff you were saying, except she always wears socks during sex. And like the real ones, not like these are my Nike socks, like Hanes.
Like thick, yeah.
Like her feet are sweaty.
I don't know why, but I'm like weird about I feel weird having socks on in sex. Like it just is like, it just doesn't, it feels weird. I kind of feel like, I don't know. I just feel like it's, you're like a back alley porn star. And this is like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, why do I have these socks on? I have everything else off. It doesn't need to be this quick. I can take the time to take the socks off, whatever it is.
You're insecure about your feet.
Not really. I think I have nice feet. No, not you.
I'm saying like that could be a reason.
Could
Someone
be.
Keeps
yeah.
Socks on, but that's not why she is. She likes the way it feels.
Honestly, it's weird.
But lovable.
I would judge it, and I would be like, that's a bizarre thing. So she just likes the way it feels. It's comfortable. It's comforting.
Yeah.
Does she take them off?
Her feet get a little cold.
Does she take them off when she sleeps?
Not always.
Okay, sometimes on, sometimes off. And are they like the socks she's been wearing all day, or did she put on a fresh pair?
She's clean.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with it. It's okay. Not a deal breaker.
Okay, she leaves them on after a hard day's work, and she's a construction worker.
See, now we're dealing with smells, which is a whole different ballgame.
But they don't smell.
They don't smell. Are they wet with sweat?
That's impossible.
Socks to smell?
That's what I'm saying. It would be impossible for her to work outside all day and them not smell.
Oh, okay. Well, if they smell and they're wet with sweat, I'm out. No, I can't do that. Because then it's just like you've got a nasty, sweaty object anytime we get physical. It's like a nice, lovely night, like Valentine's Day or something. I've laid out a bed of rose petals, and
this is
then
getting graphic.
all I smell is just this stench from her dirty
smell.
feet. No smell, and they're dry, then it's fine.
No smell, soaking wet.
No, not okay.
No smell, moist.
No, again, no. I don't want to feel that. It would take me out of it every time.
You don't feel it.
Okay, then it's fine.
Except for when she puts the sock in your mouth.
Jesus Christ. All right. That's how we'll end it. And then I'm Odell Beckham, and they poop on my chest.
And then movie for next time, which won't be for next couple of episodes. I'm going to let Trevor pick right now, even though you're going to have to do one of them at either time. So this is just like what's coming up next. And this won't be for like, not next episode, but the next episode. And that movie is either going to be Sex and the City.
The movie.
Or, I'm not going to make you watch the whole show. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But that's the tricky part, is that I think the show is better than the movie.
Right.
Because it's not as cheesy.
Okay.
And I think a lot of guys watch the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think more when it was popular. But anyways. Yeah. Or Homecoming by Beyonce, which is Beyonce's performance at Coachella, which is on Netflix.
Oh, I could watch.
The only thing too, I'm just thinking this out loud. I think Sex and the City just became on Prime. So I don't know how long it'll be on there, which Beyonce's thing might be forever.
Okay.
You can take time to think about it too.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about it the next
Suspense.
episode. Yeah, I'll think on it. Follow us on Twitter at FriendsNoBennies, Instagram at FriendsNoBennies. Instagram feed might look a little different if I'm making some posts, since Ashley's off Instagram.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a lot of selfies from Trevor.
Yeah, I'll start
socks only.
I'll start pushing my turtleneck OnlyFans.
Honestly, I would welcome that.
Yeah, so we'll see. I only have one turtleneck, so send me some turtlenecks and maybe I'll start flexing on them.
You can have mine. Borrow mine.
I don't think
10.
it would fit, to be honest, but I could. Yeah, I'll take the neck off and put that on a t-shirt or something.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Golden episode for Golden Trevor. This is our show, and we hope you liked it. Leave a review, 5 stars, ask a question on our website, or DM us, even though we might not get to it, so you can DM us on Twitter.
Also, I was just going to say, show's now going to be on YouTube as well, if you want to listen to it there. Don't know why.
Not our faces.
Yeah, it's just an audio recording.
Some people like it like that. We're trying to pull in the Gen Zers.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I know
Clickbait.
some people do it. Add it on there. You got it on all
no
platforms
ads,
now.
except
so.
I don't really know.
I don't think so. We're not getting paid for it. If there are ads, YouTube is
No,
fucking
you're supposed to
us.
get paid if you add in the ads.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll
see. Yeah.
put it on in the background, so we'll get paid. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe to Trevor's OnlyFans, and see you next time.
Later, y'all.